Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Simnanya. Thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So this video is reminding people of color and POCs that Black people are not in that mess, and that it's absolutely on point. I support that. I second it, and I move the motion. Right? Why? Because some of you all are very selfish. Not saying, oh, majority of you are very selfish. Black people have been out there pushing it and doing all they can to make sure that they are moving everybody forward. But you all choose to move yourselves only. I mean, the only thing they think about is just them. They don't think about every other person. Black people are not on their mind. They are like, whatever happens to you people, that it's your problem. But when Black people are doing their thing, they also put you people right in front of the whole thing to make sure that you all are okay. Now, with everything going on, I am not checking in with anybody. I am not checking in with Asians because recently you all have been on a road. Black people this, Black people that. You guys are like, it's all about your comfort and all that. And I have really been looking for the comfort they say Black people have. Like, I really do wish that you all have that comfort people talk about when it comes to Black people. A lot of them are saying that Black people collect money. I wish you people are seeing that money, because the Black content creators are seeing that money. I absolutely will be very happy for them, very much happy for them, right? Black people gave you all civil rights and all that and the rest of it. But now Black people, like, how dare you people? Black people this, Black people that. Let's get into this.
I'm gonna say this: people of color, POCs, black people are not in that mix with y'all. Why do y'all think we always say black people and persons of colors and POCs? The reason we do that is because at any waking moment, people POCs can turn on black folks for the sake of their survival. Asians are a prime example of it. And I'm not saying it's all of y'all, but it's majority of y'all. We see it right now going on in the election. As soon as black folks saw a glimpse of hope and safety in this country to survive in Kamala Harris, POCs turned on us real fucking quick. How dare we think of ourselves and we think of our survival and we think of our people first, because we at the beginning have been marching for everybody and their fucking rights. We gave y'all civil rights in this fucking country. How dare we decide to think of us first? Because really and honest, thinking of us thinks of everybody else, because when something happens for us and it's good, it makes it good for everyone else. Because remember, we are the bottom of the totem pole in this fucking country. Yes, we may drive the culture. Yes, we may set the trend, but we are the most hated in this country and we always will be. But we also know when we're fighting, we have to keep our heads on a fucking swivel, because POCs will allow white supremacy to sneak up in them real fucking quick just so they can get on top. And you know who they always looking down at? Black people. Why do you think we never group ourselves in with y'all? Because at the end of the day, we're going to stand alone. Just look at it now. Black folks, majority of black people have turned to Kamala Harris because she has policies put in place that will help us. We think she's the best for Palestine and Gaza. And the third party, which is a lot of POCs and a lot of fake white activists, have decided that, oh, we're going to vote Jill Stein in, even though we know she won't win. But the only thing we're going to do is try to hurt Kamala's chances of getting in office, which will in return hurt black people in this country. But they don't care because it's spiteful. I've already seen them make plenty of posts of knowing that they're not going to win this election. But the whole point is so everybody can suffer under Trump. How fucking selfish is that? And this is why we don't bundle ourselves up with POCs. Because at the end of the day, black people will always stand alone. And at the end of the day, y'all will always look for our voices to fight for y'all. Why? Because it comes natural for us to stand up to anybody and everybody. But this time, we looking out for ourselves. And I don't really give a fuck who hates it. Get over it. I'm thinking about minds. I'm thinking about what's best for my people here. What's best for the education system. What's best for healthcare. What's best for women's rights. What's best for gay rights. I don't give a fuck. Don't be mad. It's just facts. At the end of the day, if y'all can save yourselves and leave us behind, y'all will. And it's nothing we're not surprised of. But for once, we're going to pull ourselves on out. We good without you.
Hey, Asians that let that white man trick y'all into joining a lawsuit to end affirmative action in colleges. Y'all okay? Word on the streets is Asian admissions have plummeted since then. Sank like a big bitch in a little pond. But I mean, I heard Asian admissions at community colleges have picked up quite nicely. Living your parents' dream. But hey, look, it's okay. It's Now all y'all have to be doctors. The world needs more fry cooks. But guess who admissions did pick up for? Who the thunk it? My son said to tell y'all, hey, he would tell you himself, but he's away at college.
Well, one way to look at fascism is the logic of colonization turned inward on a population because the colonizing part of the culture is feeling scared. And so all of this is actually happening because we elected a black president. It's not a coincidence that Republicans were invading countries to, quote, spread democracy and kill 500,000 like innocent Iraqis in the name of democracy, and then the black president happens and they want a white dictator. I mean, this is very much Trumpism is a white lash to Obama, obviously, that like the internal homeostasis of the Trumpers has been disrupted, right? This is a psychological thing that everybody's kind of reality is brought to them through the culture they're raised. And in American culture, the racial hierarchy is part of our internal subconscious reality map. And so to have them having to look up at a black man in the Oval Office literally destabilized their internal subconscious sense of safety, and unleashed this escape from freedom, to quote Eric Fromm's kind of psychological examination of fascism, that they're literally in a fight or flight from the system of government they used to love because it yielded a black president. It's the same thing as drain pool politics. They don't want to share the government. They don't want to share power, just like they didn't want to share the pools. They don't want to share anything. Right. This is the Southern strategy kind of like embedded into their psyche. And this is what it is, that this is a result of our culture and our culture's kind of racial past, both conscious and unconscious. And so this is all happening because they don't want another black president. And so we have to understand that like this coming freak out when Kamala Harris wins is going to be like Obama and 2020 combined, right? They're going to deny the election, and then they're going to not have to look up at a non-white person and now a non-man, and it's going to completely melt them down psychologically. They won't know why they're doing what they're doing. Like we can look at like the overt racist and that kind of angle to this, but this is really about subconscious racism and the racism that's rooted in our cultural conditioning, that it's not about like hatred. It's about prejudice, and it's about how they feel safe and how we've been taught to feel safe as white people in this country. Racism exists so that the oppressed white people have somebody that is more oppressed. Racism exists, right? The race war, the culture war, including racism, exists so the class war doesn't, right? If you can get poor white people aligned with rich white people on the basis of their whiteness, the rich people remain safe. And that's the truth.
This is all I got from this video, and I am not checking in with anybody, and they all know what they are doing. And that is also one of the reasons why I do not also believe in BIPOC. Before, when I started the channel, I was like, they absolutely know how powerful. I mean, everybody, like, we all will be when we decided to come together and, like, tackle the problem facing the community as a whole, not just Black people, like all the communities. But then as I kept progressing with my research and all of that, I also decided, I advised myself to forget about any other person and focus on Black people, because the people that you are speaking up for, or the people you are fighting for, do not also care about it. So why do I have to care about you? And I am not saying all, but majority of them. I mean, they have been used as pawn, not just against their own selves. Because how do you tell me that some people are okay when you are talking with somebody and they how do they convince you on thinking that they are going to be by your side, or they are going to be there for you, or they are going to assist you. Hello? I mean, there are some things that I watch and see, and I am like, no, this cannot happen if you know your history, because majority people do not understand and know their history. And one thing with not knowing your history is that you absolutely will repeat it when you do not know it. That is also one of the reasons why I encourage people to enlighten their people around them and their own children too, because it will save them so many things, so many things. Moving forward, you all already have seen what has been going on. I mean, like, for how many months? It's really been so much. I mean, it has been a whole lot happening. And you all can also see that majority of the agents, they really have been on it. Like, when I say on a roll, like back to back, back to back, back to back. Black people have really been all there for you people. Like, there is no time that something happens that they don't pull up. They pull up, they show up, and they don't also show up. They show up to really support till the end. But this time around, it's just a different thing. Not because they do not care, they absolutely care for you, and they are also fighting for you. But you all think it's all joke. I mean, we wake up, Black people wake up every day to different stories, people calling them names and all that. The fact that some people have not even mastered the acts of politics is another one that baffles me, because they feel like they are all in their feelings. I am not blaming anybody for being in their feelings and all that. But at the same time, when you are going through it, you can, think left and right, center, right, before concluding. But they have already concluded that Black people only care about themselves and do not care about them. Just for 1 minute, they took a step back to focus on themselves. I mean, heaven let loose. Black people this, Black people that, Black people that, right? And I really hope you all are doing great too, because you all have decided that you are going to join the white support, to continue what you are doing, not knowing that whatever happens, we absolutely have, the fact that some of them are really not even reasonable, and some of them do not, sincerely speaking, they do not care about Black people. Because if you really do care, you absolutely will sit down and understand that the fight is not just only for us. Just to tell you how, I mean, loving and all that Black people are, they are not only fighting for themselves, they are fighting for themselves and also fighting for you people. But you all have refused to understand that. Now they choose to fight for themselves, and they are only fighting for, they choose to fight, they are only fighting for themselves. So when I tell you that I don't care about anybody pork, or that it's none of my business, and anybody that want to check in with them, check in with them. I am not saying all of them, because I still see a lot of great Asians out there doing good, but majority of them, they really have been on the road, and I hope you all are having a great time. In few days, or should I say, or a couple of weeks, if 2 weeks, not even up to, right? I am, some already have started early vote. I am sure that some of you already have also started doing the third party. You all are going to do, and I am also wishing you all luck. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.